Setting the floor for the Knicks. Calderon is out there with a Aflalo. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Thomas. And it's Williams at the power forward position. Now here's Anthony. Outside Williams. Takes the three. Jack with the rebound. Jack's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the pass to Brown. Back to Jack. Lopez sets a screen for Jack to the middle. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Looking at the game for Lopez, 12 points, and what a tear he's been rejecting shot after shot.
Clark, he has owned the paint.
Taking 2 shots.
Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of Clark ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch back to the basket, moves, facing up, makes free throws. Good offensive rebounder, capable passer. He just makes things happen.
And he knocks down the first one.
And talking about Lopez, he does clean the glass on the offensive end. He was 12th in offensive rebounds last year. However, he was 44th in defensive rebounds. That's one important area he definitely has to work on.
Lopez, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Brook Lopez hits them both.
You know, getting back to Lopez, how good is it to have a guy with his offensive package also be a near top 10 shot blocker for you? That's what he was last season and several seasons before that. He's an all-star talent if he can just stay on the court and stay healthy.
Johnson with the block. He dishes it to Jack. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time.
Porzingis, he's checked in for New York. And he sinks the second. So it's the Knicks now. They trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Brooklyn.
I like the work they've done at the free throw line all throughout this game. They've been the aggressors.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
That's good from Calderon. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season, playing a career-low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, you know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
Here's Jack following the score by New York. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. He got right to the cup using that screen. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high-percentage looks.
Porzingis kept alive. Lopez, no luck. Brooklyn leading by 6. Jack with it. Feeds it to Lopez. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Lopez ended up coming off the bench for the Nets for a stretch last season. There was a lot of debate, Clark, if that was the right role for him.
Kevin, clearly there were differing opinions because as soon as it happened, every GM called Brooklyn up to see if Lopez was available.
No good on that one. And New York making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Now here's Calderon. And Anthony gets double teamed. From 18 feet away. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Calderon.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Brown outside. Lopez a screen. Johnson and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one's on Anthony.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
The first free throw is good. Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, and if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
He doesn't get the second one.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the score by New York. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie, last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Here's Porzingis. That is good.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
On the free throw, no good. For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to the Boston Celtics. Here's Johnson, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Johnson has been too much to handle. He has 14 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
Joe Johnson at the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
They set the pick. Anthony kicks to Calderon. Wants to get it to a Flavo and does. And the shot is good.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
And that one misses. The Nets have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Jack passes to Lopez, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
That's good from Brook Lopez.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
Now here's Anthony. Inside. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Lopez.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And Jack kicks to Lopez. From 11 feet away, Knicks with the rebound.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And Anthony gets double teamed. Calderon against Jack. Calderon passes to Porzingis. And here's a Flalo for three. Misses. Fourth time against 7 makes in this game. And it's Johnson penetrating. Lopez dishes to Jack. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Flalo. Johnson kicks to Lopez. But he recovers it. Back to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Lopez at the elbow. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A 3-ball will do just that.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game. Here's Anthony.
Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
Kicks to a Flalo. Here's Porzingis. The three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, tell us what changed between the first and second halves tonight.
Just a little more grit, toughness, and guys are real relentless, man, on both ends of the court. And it takes our intensity up defensively, which gets our fans involved, and we're able to make runs.
It's not only about the X's and O's, Joe. Great job. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.